Hi, it's Eve from Boston Scores. For the last 5 weeks, you've been watching coaches Ethan, Kieran, Gabby, Allison, Nelson, and Ever show you new soccer skills, different types of poetic devices and poems, fun ways to get involved in your community, and different activities to positively close out your week. This week, we're going to do something special and let you all know a little bit about us. Here we go. So I am the program director at Boston Scores, and I've been with the organization for 6 years. I just help everybody and make sure that the program is running smoothly.
I manage Boston Scores' high school program, and I've been at Boston Scores for almost 6 years now, which is kind of crazy to think about.
I've been working at Boston Scores for the past 3 years. I started off as a writing coach at the Hennigan Elementary School, and now I help manage the entire writing program for all of the elementary school, as well as working on our data collection.
I am the middle school enrichment coordinator at Boston Scores, and I just joined the team last month.
I'm a senior program manager at Scores, and I've been there for about 4 years now.
I'm currently the elementary soccer program coordinator. During this quarantine, I actually was in charge of doing a lot of the editing for the virtual content you see online.
I like hanging out with the kids. I like going and visiting them in the classroom, doing game days. I also like to interact with the coaches. Pretty much anything that's just central around hanging out with the students.
Probably just pretty simple is just giving as many students around Boston the opportunity to play soccer, being able to provide games and practices and quality coaching to as many students in Boston.
I think it has to be the fact that it finds a way to combine poetry and writing with athletics. You know, growing up, I thought you kind of had to do one or the other, and Boston Scores is really cool because it shows you can be a great poet while also being a great athlete.
My favorite thing about Boston Scores so far has been making videos for you all.
My favorite thing about Boston Scores is getting to know all of the coaches and students and building relationships with them year after year. My other favorite thing is also the end of season events because they're always really fun.
My favorite thing about Boston Scores is the feeling I get from being a part of a team. And it is more than just a program, it's a community, it's a family of having a sense of belonging.
I remember I had shin splits once in high school, and I put some like icy hot on them, and then I went to practice, and then the icy hot started burning and I started itching my shin, and then forgot about it throughout practice, and then I rubbed my eye, and then after that it was just my eyes started swelling and I started crying. I was just a huge hot mess.
My most embarrassing soccer memory, there's a few, but probably the one that sticks out the most is when I lived abroad for a year. I joined a local men's team, and at our first practice, the first time I got on the field with my new teammates and the first time the ball got passed to me, I just like tripped over the ball and just fell pretty terribly. From there, it was much better after that point, but that's probably my most embarrassing memory.
I really like to play pickup basketball, but I'm not very good at pickup basketball. So there was a time where me and a friend went and played pickup with two kids we had met who were probably less than half our age. They were either late elementary or early middle school, and they ended up absolutely destroying us. They kept crossing me over and laughing at us because we were playing so bad. So that was definitely the most embarrassing.
My most embarrassing sports memory was in my freshman year of college. I was a goalkeeper on the field hockey team, and I had just gotten a new pair of padded shorts. In high school, I wore super thick, bulky shorts, but my college coach had just gotten me a new pair that were super sleek, and they were made of spandex and way easier to move in. And one day I went to save a ball by doing a split, and I ripped the pants straight down the middle.
My most embarrassing sport memory is the first day of my college soccer tryouts, my freshman year. We started to play 2v2s, and me and my now best friend got paired up. And we were probably two of the smallest and shyest freshmen. And they set up all the stations and placed us against another team. And we got paired up with two of the senior captains. One became an All-American and one became an All-New England, so they were really good. Our 2v2 started, and me and my friend could not get more than 2 passes the entire time. We kept trying and trying, and we could barely get by them. But finally we were saved by the drill being over.
My most embarrassing memory has to be the time when I got nutmegged 3 times in a row within 30 seconds. And for those who don't know what a nutmeg is, it's when you're playing soccer and someone dribbles the ball right through your legs. So imagine getting dribbled through your legs 3 times in a row in 30 seconds. Yeah, that was me.
I would spend about 20%. I would give away 40 and I would save 40.
If I had $1 million, how would I spend it? How much would I save? How much would I give away? I have no idea. I'd probably get a new bike. I don't know, go out to dinner, maybe. It's a tough question. Probably get some new cleats. I'd like to think I would save the vast majority of it, but I have no idea.
Wow, I mean, $1 million is a lot of money. Personally, I don't even understand how people could have $1 million. That just seems like way more than you could ever possibly need. But for me, I think that I would probably, save about $100,000 or so. That seems like a good number. Spend really only, what I need to, pay my rent and keep my lifestyle roughly the same. And then in terms of giveaway, I'd probably give away the rest. So maybe like, $850,000, $900,000 that I would just give away. I really think that we don't need that much money to be happy and to have really fulfilling lives. And I think the ability to put that money into organizations I care about or causes that I'm really passionate about would be the best use of the money.
If I had $1 million, I would probably save half of it for my family and myself and then give the other half away to other families in need.
If I had $1 million, I would spend 10%. I would save 75% and give away 15%.
If I had $1 million, the first thing that I would do is pay off my school loans of $20,000 and then pay off the rest of my parents' mortgage, which is about $150,000. And then I would give about $250,000 to all the programs that have helped me out, that being Camp Heart Review, High Score Task Force, the METCO program, and Boston Scores. And I would then save $250,000 into my savings account and then take $150,000 to put into the stock market. The rest of the money would be used to pay for my studio and film equipment and invest in myself, obviously.
I try to make sure that I get up from my chair and, move around, go downstairs, do some stairs. I make a point to go for a walk every day after work. So spend an hour outside and, practice social distancing, but really do go outside and sort of like explore my neighborhood.
How do I stay active while I'm staying at home? I've been going on bike rides, going on jogs, doing a lot of yoga. Yeah, just every day trying to get some type of sweat going.
How do I stay active while staying at home? Well, I really like to run, so I try and run every other day if possible. And even if I'm not running, I'm making sure to go outside and just soak in the sunlight. I also, over here, you can see that I've got my yoga mat. So, I make sure I'm stretching, and doing, crunches and sit-ups down there as well. And I also just, make a good point of staying hydrated, as much as I can. This is the water bottle I always keep close to me. I think it can be really easy to, be lazy or stay on the couch all day, especially when you're at home for most of the day. So really making a conscious effort to get outside, to do things that I enjoy has been really helping my mental health as well.
I've been staying active at home by going for runs and doing home workouts whenever I have the chance.
I stay active while we're home by going on a walk every day. We have a dog, so that's pretty normal for us. And then luckily I have a small home gym, so I get to work out every morning.
I work out every day, at least 1 hour a day, and I walk and drink water all day long.
I like anything sort of like true crime mystery. I'm currently reading sort of Stephen King's Outsider, which is pretty long, so.
So I like to, probably my favorite, well maybe my favorite book is Harry Potter, but I'm currently reading the Jack Reacher series by Lee Child. So I like mystery and action and spies and that kind of thing.
So I'm currently reading 3 different books at once. The first is this book called Slugfest. It's all about Marvel and DC Comics and the rivalry they've had for like 50 plus years. It's really fascinating. I'm also reading this book called Born to Run right now. I'm listening to it on an audiobook, and that's all about the Tarahumara people who live in the Copper Canyons in Mexico, and they're this tribe of people who have this long tradition of running, 100 miles at a time, and it's kind of about them and this race that they put on. And the last thing I'm reading is the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. It was a book that I read when I was in elementary and middle school that I really loved. And, being in quarantine, I wanted to kind of revisit some of my old favorites. So I actually have a library app on my phone through the Boston Public Library that lets me get all the books I want to read for free. And it's right there on my phone. So I've been rereading that series, and it's been really exciting to dive back in. But I like to read all kinds of books, like YA books. I love reading poetry, nonfiction. It all kind of appeals to me.
I'm currently reading a book called Uncivil Youth, and it's about youth and activism.
Books that I'm currently reading are mostly kids' books. Our current favorites are Bubbles Bubbles and Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. But when I do get a chance to read, I usually prefer fiction books, but my favorite book is The House on Mango Street. It's kind of written poems, that's why I like it.
I am currently reading this book called Think and Grow Rich. I really like it, and it's super inspirational, and I read it every night, at least a chapter.
I like making my chocolate shake, so it is organic coconut milk and some frozen bananas and cacao powder, and you just blend it up and it tastes like a regular chocolate shake.
And my favorite healthy snack, this is the easiest question, my favorite healthy snack, hummus. I could eat hummus all day.
My favorite healthy snack has got to be dried mango. I cannot get enough of it. It tastes like candy, but it's really healthy for you. That or bananas. Love a good banana.
My favorite healthy snack would have to be peppers with hummus.
My favorite healthy snack is carrots or bananas with peanut butter.
My favorite healthy snack has to be celery sticks with peanut butter.